Hey everybody, welcome back to Materia session 106, where we play D&D our way. My players just went through their level up. Level 11, Crass Menagerie. And just because it was a hot topic, Silvery Barbs is not banned in our game. What? Alright, so last session, and then also, I should say, because of that revelation, our wizard went ahead and did the retroactive swap that I allow. So he dropped Tasha's Hideous Laughter for Silver Bars. I'm 100% cool with that. So last session, the Menagerie had returned to their Volpine, the city that really got the group together and started them on their adventure for most of them as a whole. After successfully removing the curse mark that Zarya, the bitch, had placed on Dregnar and containing it within the ritual performed at the Cleansing Falls in the Vashlands of the Great Pearl Mountains, and the curse is now trapped inside of a petrified um, hellhound skull. Returning to Volpine, the group split up, exploring different parts of the city. Some of them, Al and Rock, went back to the Fox Den to see the Weatherbees and try to get some information about Grissa and the Dryads and the Swine Folk. Sej went with Morgan, the Goliath blacksmith, who actually was their guide back and forth between the Great Pearl Mountains to get some platinum bands made. And then Davis, Dregnar, and Karos went down to the barracks where they ran into Meeker. Well, they ran into other individuals, but eventually got to go speak to Meeker. Gave him the petrified Hellhound skull, asked him to not tell them where he's going to be hiding it, and they did some shit to prank John, the newly transferred over Verdant Cause member.
I thought it was
Ultimately,
Jeff.
the group. Oh, was it Jeff? It was Jeff. It was Jeff. Forgive me. Spur of the moment name calling. Coming up with the name. Um, the evening progressed, and then the menagerie all gathered at the Fox Den, where eventually Navori, the mayor, the nature domain cleric, came in for her meal and saw the shitheads and got super excited. Uh, Basically, the Fox Den, once the regular patrons were done eating, Navari closed down the place that she would cover for the average daily expenses, and the menagerie caught up with Navari, had drinking games, random dwarf versus Iron Shell versus, well, he doesn't have a nickname, Allegretto versus Davis ensued, and this round went to the Iron Dwarf, to the random dwarf, with a very creative use of minor illusion to make a tentacle come out of uh, Rock's Stein. Passing out in various states of drunkenness, the menagerie were able to rest. They did get a long rest, and they leveled up. And we are picking up in the morning, or whatever time of day. I would just kind of imagine you guys slept in somewhat, with the menagerie behind the heavy oaken doors of the fox den.
Before going to bed, can I do something?
Sure, my cat is going nuts. Go for it.
Can I try to commune before bed?
Yeah, yeah, it's a fifth level spell. You would have had it. So, yeah, go for it.
Just for posterity before I sleep and take that long rest, get that spell slot back, but I'm going to use it.
All right.
Nice.
You, how, because I don't know if you want to describe your communion or anything. I'm just, let me know.
Like, if there's like a nightstand or something, I'm going to put my holy focus, which is like my very ornate dagger thing that I keep putting holy shit on.
It's the
And I'm
reskin
going to
version
kneel
of
to it
Holy
and just
Weapon is
think of
holy
it.
shit.
Yeah.
I cast holy shit.
Yeah. So,
Holy shit!
yeah. So, taking your the burnt that what was once an extremely beautiful and ornate dagger, seemingly scorched and burnt with the blade broken, kind of finding it and sticking it in some of the wood because it's still got a sharp end. Standing up there, sprinkling on the holy water, lighting your incense, preparing yourself to commune. All right.
I'm just gonna sit right in front of it and wait for a connection.
All right. So as you're focusing in, kind of separating yourself from the group, as some of them are still out in the main dining area, passed out. Uh, there are no windows here, and you close your eyes, and the darkness takes, and then with some time passing, where like this, where your eyes meet, and there's a little slit, you swear you start to see like the bright light of a sun cresting over the horizon, and you, with your eyes closed, and you feel that connection. What are you asking your deity?
Surya, is that you?
Uh,
That's the first question.
if you want it to be the first question, it can be, but you feel that for you, that comforting warmth. It's not heat, it's not hot, it's just warmth, a warm embrace. Yes. Sorry.
I have something I must ask. Some things, more likely. My first question, was leaving home the right decision? How is my family, my place of being? What kind of status is my home?
Okay. Eyes closed, still focusing. Um, when you ask if leaving home was the right choice, you don't really get much of a response. But when you start questioning about how your family is doing, how's it back home, that uh, warm feeling, in your chest and in your mind occurs, sensing that as you're are you thinking about like your different family members as you're asking, or are you just
Family
asking?
members and kind of like the status of the high house that we have.
Gotcha. Um, you get the sense that things are okay. Things are good. Certainly there's no turmoil at this point. Um, the degree of warmth, I would say, as this is like your means of gauging your deity's reaction and such. Um, when you're talking about, was it right for you to go and meet these people, your friends, it was more hot than it was when you're asking about how things are back at home. It's not to say that things are bad at home. It's just you're on the right path.
At least I feel like I'm doing good. Now, how about the other traveler in my family, my brother?
Um, as you're sitting there focused, there's a uncomfortable pause, and then you kind of question it and open your eyes. And when you do, you see that the dagger that you had stuck in the table has fallen over.
I'm gonna hurriedly try to adjust it back to where it was, trying to get the answer.
You grab it, and when you grab the hilt of the blade, it's almost like it's scalding red hot, and it sears your hand. And you instinctively let go, and the dagger kind of tumbles down on the ground, and it just kind of starts spinning a little bit. and then it spins longer than it should.
I'm gonna let it go and see where it spins.
So as it's continuing to spin, you see that it is actually glowing hot. Eventually, the blade points towards you, or where the blade would have been. The broken blade points towards you. And as you look at it, you see that it's seemingly no longer glowing, reaching down to grab it. The message might be lost on you at this point in time.
Can I
But
ascertain before I pick it up what direction it's pointing at?
directly at the blade portion is pointing directly at you.
At me specifically, not like a cardinal direction.
Yeah, so like, you know, if you were to like look at it and you were like, wherever you stand, the blade is like, if you try to move, the blade's gonna turn with you. If
I'm
that
gonna
makes
go to pick it up.
Yeah, and then as you do, it's warm, it's hot, it's not searing anymore. And in this case, right now, it's unclear. And in that case, is there might be something that's preventing your deity to be able to inform you right now. Perhaps not the answer you were looking for.
No. And I forgot what the last question was because that was important. um, Says he's just gonna try to put it out of mind and put it back in the hilt. He's not even gonna ask the third question.
Okay. So as you do, put it in the hilt. The temperature has dissipated from your holy focus. Kind of turning, getting ready to go back into bed, or actually go to bed. Some time will pass before you're able to actually fall asleep. And as you're dwelling on the message, can you go ahead and give me a religion check?
Sure. I need to pop it up.
I need to make sure I remember one detail about your brother.
Ooh, scary. Turmoil. Religion.
Can you tell me that's the total? Because I'm not in Roll20 right now.
14.
14? Yeah, so to the best of your knowledge, you know, sometimes communing with your god, you know, gods are only so knowledgeable. They're not necessarily omnipotent, omnipresent, while they do have vast knowledge and vast can cast their gaze wide. Especially Surya, as she is the sun, and basically anything the light touches, she is aware of. There are still things and factors that can impede. Perhaps it was just something as simple as he is warding himself off against divination right now. As you know, your brother is capable and understands, you know, his position, his stature, what he does puts him in danger, and you know he might need to protect himself. Or hopefully this isn't the case, or much worse. Maybe there's something else that's blocking out your god's gaze.
Says his mind is racing all night, just thinking of what it could possibly be. Like, is he lost? Does he need help? Is he just preventing other peering eyes because we come from a religious sect anyway? It could be everything or nothing.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yep. Yeah. So, but eventually, as a racing mind does, it finds some rest. Perhaps not the best rest, but you still are able to fall asleep. But atypical to you, when the morning comes, you do not rise to greet the sun, as you are in a dark, den-like, you know, cubby to sleep. and it took you a while to actually dream.
Sounds
Cool.
about right.
All right. So now, unless anyone has any objections, morning will come. Karos and it would have been Sej, but Karos, you really did not participate in any of the drinking. You were just kind of observing. Um, you're probably one of the earlier ones to rise. At some point, you see uh, Dragnar and Rock have just basically passed out at the tables. And you look at them and you look at the Weatherbees and you feel sympathy because of the sheer size difference, and you help them kind of carry them back into some of the, the oaken sleeping quarters, the dens. Place your friends there early in the morning, and the day will pass. Breakfast, your other friends start to wake up, and then I would say it's probably about afternoon. When afternoon starts to crest is really when all the menagerie start to wake and rise. But you are able to all gather in the fox den as some of you start to wake and open the door that blocks the eating portion where food is taken in and guests come to actually rest. There is some activity. People have come in. It is time for lunch. The various smells of roasting vegetables and home baked breads fill the main space. But yeah, you guys all rise, are able to spot up with one another. What would you guys like to do?
Who won? I don't think I caught who won. I didn't win there, right?
I don't feel like I won.
Yeah, I think we all lost. But did I win?
I don't remember.
Al, did
I
I
beat
win?
you, Davis.
Oh, you did.
I beat you.
You.
And then I don't know what happened after that.
Oh God. Okay.
You let
Carlos
Al
is just
beat
gonna
you?
start whistling a cheery tune, like if there's any like
I'm seeing
curtains
double.
or
I see
anything,
2 rocks.
draw back and let the sun shine in.
Oh
Glorious
no,
day.
no sunshine. Oh God.
I'm going back to bed.
Oh yeah. No. Wait. How did I get to bed?
I'm gonna look down at the bench. Oh, I guess I stopped right here.
Yeah, as Sej does, as Karos does kind of part. It's interesting being in like this den-like space, but there is greenery growing. Yeah, there are natural holes made so that you can open them and light can shine through in the ceiling. And yeah, it's not pleasant for those of you who are
Yeah.
considerably hungover.
A little sensitive there.
Adam, I will look around, and if we caused a big mess, I'm gonna start helping clean up because I'm not gonna make them clean up after us.
Okay. As you look around, there is some signs of a mess, but it looks like a lot of it was cleaned up. As you
How's that? Is the area busy at all? Like, is there?
typical breakfast, so like maybe about a dozen, or sorry, typical early lunch, about a dozen or so patrons. The big thing, like as mentioned, is you really do smell the baked breads, the roasting vegetables and stuff as you kind of
Hey.
step out.
No. I guess. Has anybody come to serve us? I know it's mostly like Corny or Janetta or any.
No, in this case, as Karos has been up and you kind of Dragnar, give me an insight check actually, as you were kind of looking around, and then I'll get back.
Ooh, not so great. 11.
Go above a 10. As you're kind of taking it in, you realize that you're putting it together. Like Karos didn't drink much, and then why was he up and everything? Why is he in a chair? You get the sense that Karos has been up for a while, and he helped the Weatherbees kind of clean up. But yeah, Davis.
I could use some tea. I know they have pretty good tea here.
So you just kind of get yourself up, walk
Yeah.
over. you get the sense that, you know, the Weatherbees are not bothering y'all. You know, you guys have your own table, come up and talk as need be. Kind of mosey on up and
Yeah, as like far more reserved and quiet than usual. Just like as garrulous and talkative as I can be at times, I'll like use the minimum amount of words. Just be like, just tea, please, thank you.
Django looks at you like, gotcha.
Sorry, if just thank you. That's all.
Tea and we'll get you some bread. It'll help.
Good, love it.
Red.
Yes. So
And I'll walk
a
back.
little bit of time passes.
Is anybody gonna flip me over?
Name and then PH
Said that.
and
Wait,
Carol.
Like,
We'll try.
because I'm pretty sure last night I passed out. I fell backwards, right?
Next time.
Well, imagine I slept all night on my shell.
sure.
So I'll pop my head. I'll be like, "Hello,
Wait,
someone."
did he
This is so done.
did he win again?
Yeah, well, as long as
Yeah, did I win again?
I'm gonna go look to see where it is anyways. So, but
I don't remember.
Who knows what happened last night, guys? This is.
It'll forever
Can-
be a mystery. Unless Carver,
What's that?
do you know who won? And
Oh,
both of
looking
you both
around at all
won.
of you, I think I won.
Wait, you did?
What's your
Did
cool
you
nickname
catch
then?
up? Like, I don't remember you even starting. Did you like just make like a serious come from behind? That's insane.
Just kind of shake his
gonna-
head, like,
I'm gonna walk into like where this is still like a bar setting, right?
It's like a tavern, kind of.
I'm gonna walk up to where the bartenders like would be, where bar stools or whatever if that exists. So I'm gonna sit right at like the tavern.
Yeah. So Saj, for you guys to like really help your mind, kind of think like if you were at, you know, the like at the Shire and it was a bar, tavern, eatery.
I think of it as like Cheers in the Shire.
Yeah, there you go. Cheers in the Shire. I think they actually may have mentioned that way in the past.
From my upside down, very hungover position, I'm going to assume I can see out a window.
Yeah,
And
we'll say
I'm
like
going to
out the front.
I'm going to say poof, and Misty step outside,
Oh.
right side up, and just I'm painting the street with just thick.
But
Brady, you hear that?
And you and start like exhaling all that has been just in your gut. There's no one walking by, so you're pretty good, and you're adding a little fertilizer to some of the plants outside.
If you've never heard the phrase soul coughing, that's what you're doing. It's also a good band, but that's what it means.
Scaros
I'm
looks
gonna
out the
Google that.
window, looks out the window, and like, kind of says to himself, "Oh yeah, I definitely won."
Wait, that's awesome. I really wish I could have remembered that.
And a little time will pass, and Django, heading on over, brings not just a cup of tea in these little clay-formed cups, but brings 6 of them and a hot kettle filled with, you see, like, tea leaf. As you open it, there's the scent and aroma of some nice darker teas, but steeped lightly. And teas for the table. He looks at you, and then his corny comes around, and you see his light yellow hair, and he drops a big old loaf of scratch baked bread.
Thanks, little guy.
It's like, yeah, you're welcome. I take it you guys were doing adult games last night. You look like
Yep.
Yeah.
Making
Pretty
adult bad
stupid.
decisions.
Yep. Pretty bad idea, but that's what you do when you're an adult. Make stupid
I'm-
stupid decisions.
I have like hand in my face, like I'm just like kind of halfway sleeping on my arm at the
Yeah.
table.
And as you're, because you went more up towards the bar, right? You're sort of separated from the group, right, Sej?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you know, as you're kind of hand on, kind of sleeping, Django, the male owner of the establishment, kind of reaches up and says, "Here you go, buddy." He kind of taps you on the shoulder, on the arm, because he can't reach to it, and then puts one of those tea and a little chunk of bread.
I'll offer him a warm smile
Like,
and forget to offer him gold.
I'll smile. And I'll look at you, like, I don't remember you being part of the rowdy bunch.
No,
Everything okay?
he came later. He joined us up in Green Hill. Marb says hello, by the way. I know you remember Marb the bird. He slept in the hay, I think.
Yeah, I brought him the hay, and then remember I was actually kind of hoping. Oh well.
Yeah, he would love to have been here, but he couldn't. No, so that's that guy over there. That's Sedge. This is Karos. They're with us now, and they're awesome too. So they're good friends.
Friends of y'all, yours, David, or Davis, are friends of mine. So
Well, that's sweet. Thank you.
you guys are good.
Appreciate the hospitality.
Yep. Well, if there's anything we can do, let us know. You know.
Where's the lady that smells like patchouli?
The mayor.
Out of character. That could be his mom too.
I'm assuming you're speaking of Navori.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mayor hasn't swung by today. She doesn't come in every day. She's probably over at the mayoral patch, probably doing mayor things.
Wait, she's the mayor?
Yes. Oh yeah. She's a once stalwart adventurer, favored by nature, but now she's our protector and mayor.
I didn't expect her to be of such high stature.
Is that
Not
a?
to be offensive
What
or
does that
anything.
mean? Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking out loud. We're quite different with words. Where never mind.
Okay.
I understand, not meant to be any type of offense. No, Novari's great. She's got a bit of a short temper. But other than that, she's great. She's good to to us. She helps the ranchers. She helps, ensure that we have good fields for the crops.
She takes care of those who take care of her too. She knows how to maintain good relationships. It seems to keep those in Volpine safe and healthy.
Is there an easy way to talk to her?
Words.
I mean, usually you just squat down a little bit and speak to her. She's
Hey,
Well, I mean-
hey.
okay. Some of us do.
I mean, as a mayor, I just think there would be proper channels to talk to her on a more official.
It's not that big of a
Or
town.
is she
Sedge.
that easy to just talk to? Oh,
It's
I
like,
mean,
It's
Django.
all right. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Django will kind of enter. I mean, she's kind. She's warm. As long as you run into her in town, she always seems to be more than willing to talk. I mean, we're lucky. She likes the Fox Den, so she comes and visits, and we have chats. 4 or 5 times a week.
certainly a different lifestyle than I'm used to. But if I'd see her, I'll try to talk to her. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, just don't talk to her when she's in a sour mood, because
not unless you want to lose an arm.
I was gonna say get buried up to your neck, but that works too. So, yeah, enjoy the bread, enjoy the tea.
Thanks.
You boys want
After his last word, I'm going to take a giant swig of his tea and put down an empty cup.
another one? Or are you good?
Oh, please.
Okay, and he'll pour you one more. It's a simple, lightly steeped black tea.
It's helping my little slept night.
Adam, I'm assuming we all got funky breath this morning.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull out my pouch that has the spearmint ground up in it and kind of lay it in the table. And I say, do this to get rid of the funk. And I take my finger, lick it, touch the spearmint, and kind of run it across my teeth and my tongue to get rid of that squirrel shit that was in my mouth from last night.
You had a very different night.
And
Yeah,
then
I'll
I'll
follow
offer
suit.
it to everybody. I'll offer it to everybody else.
Like, oh yeah, this kind of goes with the tea too. Actually, that's nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
So refreshed, good flavor. Actually, does complement the tea very nicely. You guys are free to do as you wish, knowing that you have a direction to travel.
We did drop that off with Meeker yesterday, right, guys? Like, I
Yep.
think I remember that, but most things after that were a little bit
As
blurry.
far as I'm concerned, we can start heading to Carver as soon as everybody gets together. Where'd Rock go?
Yeah, where did he go? He was like,
Rock!
Not so loud.
oh yeah, goddamn.
As the voice.
Ow.
All right, Dragnar, Al, and Davis. I need y'all to roll me wisdom saves.
Veteran scars or no? Probably not.
No, it's
Yeah,
just
checking.
some.
Ooh, 23
spike.
for me.
Okay.
Caca!
Here's where the +1 comes in handy.
All right. Ragnar and Al, y'all take
Oh,
4 points of psychic damage as yells and like, oh, the headache. Davis, you take 2.
2. Okay.
And then
I
Rock,
don't
because
care.
your booming voice as you're
Oh, shit.
outside.
We never did
You-
recharges and stuff, did we? Did.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
that's
new
right.
day. I forgot.
Rock, as you're blowing chunks out and kind of straighten yourself up, you do hear Dragnar's booming voice from inside.
Yeah, I just sit down where I am. You guys know where I am.
Okay.
I am basking in the sun.
If he's dying, I don't care. I'm not doing that again. That hurt.
I have another idea. I'll pull out the horn and sound an alarm, and I'm just gonna go.
Hey. You're gonna do.
I like that one.
Rock, I need you to roll a wisdom save at disadvantage as you
Jeez, why
hear
does it,
horn
why
go
does
off.
it hit?
That it's still a
It's
horn.
still a horn. You gotta
It's
blow to
still
make it
a
make a
horn.
noise.
He is not expecting it.
8.
8. You take two. So let me roll. You take. Oh, I rolled a 4. You take 8 points of psychic damage as a horn in your head.
Jeez.
Yeah, I rolled a D4 and I rolled an 8. He took 2 of them.
You're an ass, Al.
Yeah,
I just tried.
I
I just tried a little-
definitely shit
hoping you heard
myself.
that.
Like that's not even fair.
I hope I use it.
And
My favorite
I'm
part
gonna
is that you're
just jump on.
at work saying this.
That's gonna get me to just jump on the nearest building, and then just like crawl into a corner of it, and I'm just laying there. And
Yeah.
but since I know Al has that horn, I'm God, it's gonna hurt myself. I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to yell back as I'm flying through the air. Al, you're a dick.
Man, I hope I blew hard enough for him to hear it.
Yeah.
I guess
Okay.
he heard it.
Yeah. All right. So, as you said, Rock, this is gonna hurt you yourself. Al, Davis, and Dregnar wisdom saves at advantage. Rock at just a straight roll. And then, like, as you're jumping and making sounds, and like the group of you hear the impact of Rock jumping on top of the fox den,
Which is a
and
hill.
yeah, which is a hill. And you see like maybe just like a little bit of dust kind of come down, and now like a new root just kind of you just see like a root kind of pull through the ceiling, and Rock, you just find like where there's some like larger plants growing, and you just kind of tuck in under. So let's see.
Yeah, I rolled a 9.
9. Okay. So, Davis, did you roll a save?
I
You did
did
18.
18.
Okay. All right. So for Rock, you take 6 points of psychic damage, and then Al, you're fine. Dregnar, you're fine, and Davis, you're fine. As you guys would have taken half anyways because it was coming through the building, but I take 0.
Shedding a single
send
tear, very quiet. Al
Yeah.
goes, I forgot how to use silence.
It's true. True.
I send Pebble in, and anytime that Al speaks, Pebble's going to tweet at him.
Pebble's got to find a way
Just
to
for
get in the
the- just-
door.
There's hold.
Oh, that's
There-
right.
Yeah. So just for the entire morning, I won't keep mentioning it, but for the entire morning, if Al speaks, Pebble tweets.
Karos, what are you doing back in the city all by yourself? Yeah, well, all my party members killed themselves by by annoying each other all day.
Like, honestly, who needs to throw monsters at at players when they just do it to themselves? Nice. Okay. Yeah. Mhm.
Just because Al mentioned it, I'm like, fuck this. Silence.
Oh,
Wait, on who? The bird or?
On me.
It's a boom, right?
20 foot around me for 10 minutes. Fuck you guys.
is it
I'm
10
good
foot
with it.
radius or 20 foot radius?
20 foot.
Oh, geez, that actually might. The sounds of the activity, the sounds of people talking, all of a sudden gets muted out. There's this eerie, unnatural silence to the point after a little while that your ears, you feel like your ears are ringing, but they're not. Mark off your key.
I did.
You see, like, you look and people are like looking at each other, and some of them are kind of, they don't know what's going on, and then you see like one human male individual just like look and just run out of the building. Doesn't understand what's going on, but it's silent. It's quiet. And you have
Does Spear catch me on the roof?
no. It's not gonna, for the sake of it, I'm not gonna allow it to pierce like a lot of dirt and hill because you're. Keep in mind, you guys are inside of a hill. It's like a dugout hill. Actual fox death.
Okay. I will remain awake then, but I am just basking.
So as you're basking, it's a beautiful day out. The birds are tweeting. Pebble's down there getting ready to tweet when Al opens his mouth. And Al, you notice like while you're in the silence, and the moment you open your mouth, even though no sound comes, Pebble opens her mouth. Ready. She's on cue. But time will pass. And then eventually silence will fade.
Yeah, I'll eventually get up and be like, guys, we've been a nuisance here long enough, and I think we've got a destination in mind.
Carver!
If you guys would be so kind, I'd appreciate if we could go to Carver and try and figure out what's going on with my glaive and see what we find.
Are we going to Carver first, or are we going to go to the mountain first?
I mean, isn't it right next to
I
it?
thought there was remember the vision I had with the entrance that was not by Carver? It was actually in the side of the mountain. Yeah, or am I misremembering, Adam?
You had some kind of memory like that, yeah. But there was an alternate entrance, or some sort of entrance that's not part of Carver proper, but you don't know what.
That was associated with the star map.
And the Snoring Mountain or whatever?
Yep. But to kind of, like, so Davis and Al, I don't think it's a spoiler, as you guys traveled here to begin with. You guys would have passed through Carver. So you guys know basically the general layout of Carver. Carver's built up right into the Snoring Mountain. There are, a few zones, or however you want to look at it, but like the exterior of Carver has like a large shanty town, just kind of sprawling out. But yeah, they're from what you know, Davis. You know, Carver is just basically up against the mountain. Same with you, Al.
And it's right along the Mason Fair, or is it off of the Mason Fair?
It's the Mason Fair passes through.
Oh, yes, sir. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. And like Draenor, like your association likely having traveled through Carver as well. Yeah, as far as you remember from that image, it was given to you from the shadows. It was perhaps another way in, but into what you're not exactly sure. You kind of mentioned you think it had something to do with the star map.
So
way to go.
this entrance, do you know where to find it? I mean, could we, once we get there, would we be able to find it?
I can kind of remember what the outside of it looked like, but I could only see the entrance itself. I couldn't see any landmarks that were around it, so it could be anywhere on the side of the mountain. Now, Adam, correct me if I'm mistaken, it was at the base of the mountain. It wasn't like up in the mountain that I could tell, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, not nowhere near like the summit or the peak or anything like that. It seemed to be lower levels, base, or barely up the mountain.
And I'll say, yeah, it was located around the base or near the base of the mountain.
Well, yeah.
So if we skirt the mountain, we may find it, but I'm not sure if that's what you want or you want to go to Carver and talk to those there first. I don't know.
I mean, I trust you. You're the one who helped us decipher that map, and if you think that's the best way to get us on where we, need the map, then...
Well, we could always go to Carver and ask around
Yeah,
to see
I
if
think that's
anybody else knows where it is.
It's, as relatively dead of a town as it is, we can definitely get something in there, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure if we offer a little bit of silver, they'll take it up quickly considering their situation. Okay, are we going on foot? We taking the braes, or are we getting a wagon?
That's a good question. I mean, I'm sure if we twisted Maker's arm, he'd probably give us something, but I don't know if we really need to. We've bothered him enough.
We have the braes.
That's true.
If we can find rock.
Is that what I heard above? I thought I heard him shout it out, and I thought I heard it going like over the place. Like I think he's up on top somewhere, right?
Pebble, where's rock?
He looks around, looks up.
He's on top of the building?
Yeah, we should go collect him.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Hey, buddy. How you feeling?
You guys basically like walk around the fox den, find where there's a natural hill, go up, and you see Rock just kind of.
Did I win?
Kara says he won. I don't understand. But I think we all lost.
Was there tentacle monsters again last night? Anyone? No? Just me?
You would have been the only one.
I'm looking around, just like, oh.
Has he seen the marking on his chest yet?
No, I don't think. Yeah.
No, I don't think I would have. Well, unless someone points it out to me, I don't think I will.
Wait, what is this?
It says Rock 1 and then Dreg 1 on his chest. I wrote that on his chest before I passed out.
I forgot about that.
Does anyone point that out to me? No. Okay. Ooh,
Yeah.
No, I don't know it. Yeah.
Oh, did you play a game last night?
Wait. What do you mean? Kind of. We played a drink. Why?
Did you win or lose?
That's what I'm asking you guys. I don't feel like I won.
I mean, if we're just gonna make stuff up, let's just say that I won.
But Al said he
Am I
beat
the
you.
only one that sees this writing?
Yeah, but Al.
'Cause I wasn't there either.
Yeah, so as Sesh points it out, you see, I'm assuming it's like you kind of wrote like largely with some coal across his chest, and it just basically says R squiggles D squiggles 1 1.
Yeah, I said ink, but coal makes more sense.
I'll look at it. I can't read that. It's bright and
Well,
morning.
yeah, it's
and,
upside down for you.
Yeah, what's it say?
Besides, everybody knows turtles can't look down.
Well, I mean,
He's a Teenage Mutant Ninja
is
Turtle.
that Dregnar? Is that what that says? Dregnar? Dreg?
It could say Davis.
Oh.
It says D squiggly line.
It could say Davis.
I mean,
Davis?
Then Al's a goddamn liar.
Okay, it's Dregnar
But
for
who-
sure.
This is not what I remember at all.
As you
So
speak,
There it
confused.
is. He's got his head down. He's kind of running in circles, trying to get away from her.
he just keeps flapping after you, like basically like an angry bird.
why is she doing
He-
that? I mean, it's kind of funny. I don't hate it, but
When he gets back to the party, he's gonna give Rock an Eastern bow. Not say a word.
Full lands like on your head as you're bowing.
I just glare. I'm just death glare at Al. Just say, let's go where we gotta go. I'm never drinking again. Ugh.
hey, you have the bag, right? The Bray bag.
Yeah. Are we riding? Are we riding?
We're not racing, okay? We're just traveling.
Not for 6 days. But hey, do we need to pick up any supplies? Everybody good on
Oh, that's a good point.
healing kits and anything we may need, like rope or whatever?
I don't actually know.
Last time I checked, I was okay, but it's good. It's good practice to check anyway.
We've never actually
Al
been to
makes
a
a sign
store
like-
here. Like, I've never been to a store here. The only time we went to get resupplied was that depot that, like, Navori took us to. Marb, I think, went somewhere, but I don't think any of the rest of us actually...
You haven't visited Morgan's shop? That place was absolutely fantastic.
No. What? I'd love to.
I'm gonna take out the rings that I got. I
Okay.
got these
Do they
things.
have, like, rations and, healer's kits and things like that there?
Oh, I mean, it was some kind of generalized store of almost, I think, everything. I would assume that they would have something like that.
I know we
Or
can
maybe
live off.
not.
I know we can live off the land till we get there, but if we have a long time in the mountain,
Right. Not a lot of things to subsist on. Yeah. Do you know where
Did
to
recently.
go, Sedge?
I did recently pick up some stuff.
Awesome. I didn't
To Morgan's store? Yeah, I can recall that. Sure, yeah.
picture this. Sedge is leading us around Volpine.
Well, I have a good memory for where I've gone, and he led me there first day, so.
That's just funny. By all means.
So on
I'll
this
walk to Morgan's shop.
So on this beautiful sunny day, however, there are clouds, so it's and it is in the beginning of the afternoon. Walking through says you walk by one large building pretty early on as you're guiding your friends from the Fox Den, and that is the mayoral patch. But it's not part of your journey, and you guide them to what is known as the old district.
If
Yeah.
we pass by what I know to be Navari's place, I'll be like, if you were looking for Navari, I think she lives here. But why do you need to talk to her? Because...
It's truly not that pressing, so we could wait
Okay.
till more important matters are handled first. If
Well,
it
we're
happens,
leaving
it
town,
happens. If it
so-
doesn't, I'm... Like I said, yeah. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'm not upset about it.
Okay.
We've got more pressing things to do. All I really required from her anyway was some chit-chat about kind of ordained things, if you will. So, kind of idle chit chat for what we're dealing with.
God stuff.
Yeah, something like that.
I will say, one thing that you guys notice is, you guys look over, the menagerie might remember it that have been here, but Karos and Sej, you pick up on, while it is a similar, like that wooden building with the white clay, simple roof, it is covered in vines and creeping mosses just growing all up the walls and sides. You can see dozens of different birds' nests, squirrels' nests up on, on some of the rafters and some of the wherever there could be nature. It looks like a building reclaimed by nature, but beautiful. But as you guys head down towards the old district, following the Mason Fair Byway through Volpine proper, there is the general store, a large brick structured building with a next door smithery, and you see that through the billows and through the exhaust vents that there is smoke coming through, and you hear the sounds of hammer on metal as billets are being prepared. But the store is available to you. It is large. Well, you guys can tell me what you're looking for if we don't feel like role playing it, or we can shop. Whatever
Just
makes you guys happy.
A little bit of roleplay along the way. So along the way, Dave is feeling a little bit rejuvenated after the tea and bread and stuff like that. He might be kind of reminiscing. He's like, and then when we were evacuating the town, I was running down this street and I was yelling, "Hey, everybody, get to the forest!" Just kind of like regaling Sej and Karos with like the tales of when we had to like evacuate Volpine because of the menace that was coming and da 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 da. Just being more Davis-y now.
I'm trying to give my due expectation, like, whoa, and listening to it while not being troubled about my brother.
Actually,
So I'm like half there, but I'm like actually interested.
I will insight check to see if you're engaged in the story or not. Not very good, 13. So
Let's see.
You're being truthful.
Oh, shit. He knows everything about me.
I'll
Here's
just be
my
like,
lore.
you-
Let me pull out my character sheet.
no, no, you don't have to. I'll just be like, is this? Am I boring? Sej? I thought it was kind of cool, but that's okay. I mean, we had a rough night. So that's fine.
It's an
No,
ama-
this is. Sorry, go ahead.
No, Davis. It's an amazing story. Keep telling it.
I mean, you know the story already. You were here.
Yes, but I like hearing it again because you tell it so well.
All right, inside checking that.
I'm not bullshitting. I'm not bullshitting.
Okay, 14. Okay.
I'm not bullshitting.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'll keep going.
Yeah,
It was just a long night, you know.
Okay.
I just had trouble sleeping.
Anyway,
but I
was flashing
am
my
interested.
badge, and they were
Please
like,
go.
"Who are you? I've never heard of you before." And I'm like, "I'm with the Verdant Cause. Baker sent me. Get to the woods quickly."
go ahead and give me a performance check as you're reenacting the story.
At advantage because of my totem that I rolled as charisma today.
Oh,
Oh
nice.
hell yeah! You're like telling like the entire like town right now.
That would be
Yeah.
a 29.
You're going like get animated, and people are starting to like notice some of you and recognize some of you. You literally have like a crowd gathering as you guys are walking to the
And then
general
like
store.
I'll even point out some people that come like, "And you were there. I remember. I told you to run. Yes, you.
That was me, Nini. That was me. I ran.
Yeah,
I grabbed
but
my
what-
daughter and threw her on my shoulder, and we
And
ran.
then later on, when we came, we had to save the day by Rock here and Al. They were doing illusions, and they made Dregnar look like Simon as if he was captured.
And people are
I
just.
mean, it sounds like a host of bad memories, but you tell them so enthusiastically.
It
sounds
was
like a
very
good
dangerous,
memory.
but we just, we persevered and we made a truce through everybody. And now everybody's happy.
And yeah, it's kind of one of those surreal moments where you realize there's like not literally half the town, but like half the town ended up following you guys. It's almost like a parade.
Nice.
I was gonna start a slow clap.
People just start joining in at the end, and then there's this eruption of clapping and cheering outside of the general store.
David is so happy right now. Oh, this is so great. He will take a large bow.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. People cheer, and it takes a little while for the crowd to disperse. Some people come by, interacting, discussing, thanking y'all. Sej and Carlos, you're a little out of place, just kind of, "Oh, you're welcome, but I wasn't really here." Oh, but you're with the group, and then you guys, it probably slows your exit out about an hour, honestly.
Nice.
But you're able to go into the general store. I'll say with that 29.
I rolled an 11. I rolled an 18 and it's plus 11. So.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
An
Hey,
expertise.
I approve. He didn't
Oh, yes, definitely.
It's one of
He
the
wa-
least useful skills in the game, but I
Yeah.
have expertise in it.
Yeah.
He took he took the equivalent of, I forgot what we call it in Materia feats, but
Well
prodigy, and he's
educated
like,
or something like that, I think.
yeah.
Or educated, it's just educated.
So yes, 29. Sure. You know what? When the cheering and the uproar happens, it happens to be that I'm trying to remember his name. I was cousin Baxter Kulko steps out and sees the crowd and gets part of the story, and he's the owner of the general store. When you guys are shopping, he will give you a hero's discount.
Yes.
Again, there's no magic item. This is like general supply store for a ranching town. So let me know what you guys are picking up and recharging, and then I will tell you what the totals are, and you guys can figure out. I know you guys were talking about rations and healers kit.
kits is what I need.
Y'all need to get any again, keep in mind there's going to be ropes. There's probably going to be things that you can use as far as like mountain climbing, like pythons, pickaxes, stuff like that.
The second the doors open, I'm gonna look for the owner that he showed me and be like,
That's
"Oh,
Baxter,
hello! I
isn't it?
brought you some friends," and it's like all the people that were following his story outside.
Yeah, like he's actually like part of the crowd, and he's like, so it's like this awkward moment where you're like, oh, hello, and then you realize that the guy that's been like walking you guys in is the owner. I brought friends, kind of awkwardly, and he kind of looks at you, he's like, you're new. Anyways, you're friends with them, so have at it. Heroes discount.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Hopefully that gym is treating you nicely. Isn't it pretty?
He's like, oh, so you're the fellow with the. It's very nice. And I hope my my smith's work satisfies you.
Oh, it's better than I could have wished for.
Very well. Well, have at it at the store. Don't try to take me out of business though. So. All right. So yeah, guys, let me know what you're grabbing, and I will give you gold. So 3 rations, 1 healer's kit.
Oh,
So
sorry.
what is
I meant
that?
4.
Okay.
Just to make it an even 10 for me.
Got it. So 3 and so for Dragnar it was 3, so that'd be 15 silver and 5 gold. So heroes discount. Let's call it 6 gold. So 3 gold. Dragnar.
God dang, that's like almost half my wealth.
Davis, 7 gold.
Okay.
And make sure when you're doing the healer's kit, you do the materia one. It's like with counter or what.
Hey, you guys shouldn't be buying healers kits. I still have 5 of them.
Oh,
I mean, I don't want to be carrying around 6 healers kits at all times.
Do you really have that many? Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we bought them all, and I just got stuck with them.
Okay,
so.
if you want to just give me one, then yeah, I'll take that instead of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll minus a healer's kit off of my inventory for you.
Okay. So
Do the same for me if you don't mind.
all right.
Yeah,
So
okay, so minus 2.
Dragnar, it's 1 gold total. Davis, it's 2 gold total then.
And I'd like to buy 12 rations.
12 rations, so that would be 6 gold, drop down to 3 gold.
Thank you.
I assume they
Okay,
can change platinum and stuff.
Yeah.
Making change platinum and stuff.
I will say, as far as like spellcasting stuff for my spellcasters, they will have like incense blocks, ivories, like other things. Like if you need some basic components, and then there will be also some lower quality gems that you guys could potentially pick up as well, as they have a jeweler section.
Yeah, how much to fill the spell pouch then? I'll do that too.
What do you need? Oh, like just general components?
General components, and then if they have it, I need charcoal and incense for pebble summons.
Okay, let me see if there's an actual price on it.
Rock, how much charcoal and incense do you need?
That's
Is
an
there-
excellent question.
Because remember, I have the ability to create items with the mortar and pestle. I can do up to 5 gold per day.
Yeah, so I need 10 GP worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs
So
to do
yeah,
one summon.
okay, because I can do that on the way there because it's 6 days, so that's 6 worth of 5G.
Yeah, sure. Then, yeah, because that would be 3 summons. That's good enough then. So just stock up my pouch then. Just a basic stock up. Adam?
If you're a spellcaster and you want to do basic stock up, it would just basically be typically it would be like 2 gold. So it'd be like 1 gold for all of you to properly stock up your pouches. So that'd be Al, Sej.
Definitely me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll if it's 1 for all of us, I'll pay it. And if it's 1 each, I paid mine.
Oh,
Dan-
you don't need to take care of mine.
Davis, the climbers kit, they'll sell to you for 17 gold.
Okay. Yep, I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll point it out to everybody else too. Be like, this might be something useful.
I do have a couple of ladders myself.
Add a character in your pants.
yes, in my pants, yes.
That's something else.
I'm gonna just
Hell.
know that you're thinking, but where? And I'm just gonna think to myself, like, they're probably wondering where I have my ladders.
So yeah, any more shopping? Karos, do you need to pick up anything? Are you satisfied? Al, Gredo?
I need to
Yeah.
step out for a minute, guys. The only other thing, quick, sorry, is I had a 50-foot of rope. Can I buy that again? So I always
Yeah.
have that.
I will tell you how much it costs you when you get back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, I'm almost done. I'm looking through generic items
same.
list.
Oh.
Take your time, guys. Actually, if someone can help me look up rope. Yeah.
What kind? Regular hempen or
Yeah,
silken?
he said standard rope, so I'm gonna guess hempen.
1
Carry
gold,
it
10
out.
pounds.
1 gold, 10 pounds, so it would be for him 50 silver. I just gotta remember that.
Did we lose our rope with the river thing?
I
No, he just wants some more.
Okay, he's getting extra. Okay.
Probably improbable, but I'm definitely gonna have to since I had that weird night
Do you mean
concerning something
5
that I've been
silver?
trying to do.
Oh yeah,
I
sorry.
was just say it's 50 silver's 5 gold.
Talk
No.
about swindler. Heroes discount, 50 silver.
Yeah, here's this guy 10 times as much.
I was.
Just
I
for
was
you, 80.
I'm feeling generous. 100.
sorry. What was that, Sej?
I'm gonna look for a focus worth at least 1,000 GP if possible.
Again,
I
So-
probably is not here in Volpine. However, after last night, I do want to look.
I'll take your
Out of
finest
curiosity.
1,000 gold GP item, please.
Okay, so what? Like a focus? Okay, I'm assuming you're scrying.
Yeah, I've been on the hunt for that since I remember I was looking at the giant crystal that the learning place
Yes.
had.
I know. I just want to. I want to see if it says anything specific. A focus worth at least is such as a crystal ball, a silver mirror, or a
A
font.
font filled with a holy water would be perfect if you got that. At least 1,000 gold.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me This is essentially going to be like a divine intervention roll. Go ahead and roll me a D100. It's not going to be divine intervention, but I'm treating it.
I
As
think it
hard
would
as
be a
that.
good.
We don't
place-
have anything like that, and then they trip over a box. Well, wouldn't you know?
Oh, what do you
Where
do?
did this come from?
I think I would divine intervention it anyway. I think that's completely within the realm of possibility. If there was any a chance to use it, I guess it would be here anyway, right? I just use that.
Once a week.
Divine intervention? Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, you didn't roll.
Well, gotta be better than that.
As you're kind of explaining what you're looking for, and this really nice Khemri attendant, so hobgoblin for those of you who are not familiar with Materia, braided, like triple braids in his hair, like a nice, elegant, combed, sleek beard. Takes you over to like where they have like the fine jewelries and like the more expensive stuff. And he's kind of going through it and he keeps showing you things, but nothing is meeting what you need. You know, maybe the most expensive thing they have here is like 250 gold. But yeah, it doesn't quite cut it. And he's like, "I'm sorry, sir. You know, your ask is one that well, we pride ourselves in having a rather large stock for a general store, but that unfortunately we can't do. Maybe if you go to Whitlaw, you know, crossroads of trade, sure you'll find something there."
I'm afraid we just left Whitlaw, but I'm sure we'll be back at some point. But thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And then he kind of bows and lets you kind of walk around. Davis, 1 gold
Got
for
it.
the dagger.
Thank you.
He's basically,
I lost mine with the freaking hellhound. I forgot.
yeah, it literally melted when it stabbed it.
Yep.
All right. So, Carlos, did you ever settle on anything?
We just
And I'll get to you, Al, in a second. I'm so sorry.
Manacles, kinky.
Okay. Whoa, we have to look up those. Davis, help me look up those.
Sure.
And I'm gonna go for Al. Al, you wanted crossbow bolts, 8 bolts, or do you want 8 like?
Just
I
8
think
bolts to top off my quiver.
okay.
Does he only sell sets?
I'm just checking. I'm pretty sure it's pretty cheap. I just wanna. Oh, great, Jones. Perfect timing, my friend. Crossbow bolts.
I'm
Let's see. Well, it was 5 silver for 50 foot of hempen rope.
Yeah, custody now.
Okay, I'm gonna get 2 then.
Yeah, and then there's a procedure you can fill out.
If that's okay.
Crossbow bolts. It doesn't actually say. Am I misreading? It doesn't say how many are in a quiver.
Should be 20.
20 should be.
Yeah, and you need half basically. Just 2 silver. Al.
Ooh. One other thing. I noticed Davis with the climber's kit, and I'll pull out my bag. Hey, I got this hammer at some point. I never had a kit. I don't know how the hell this got in my pack. Would you find use of this?
Somewhere Marb is cackling furiously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Is it? Yeah, sure, I can carry it.
Thanks. It's leaking,
Is it
leaking out of my bag.
special?
It's.
Is it just a hammer?
I think it's just a hammer.
Okay.
Nice.
If you don't want it, I can. So I don't know. It's
Wait,
yours now.
I already
thanks.
have 2 hammers somehow. I wonder if I thought I'd taken this hammer. Oh, whatever. Now I have 3 hammers. Cool.
Al
I'm starting
might
a
have
tool
actually
shop.
started with the climber's kit and
I'll
given
take
it to
a
you
hammer.
long time ago.
Carlos will take it. Yeah.
Free hammer. Okay.
I was
thank you.
gonna say, I suppose I could use the back of my hand axes, but
There you go.
Yeah, I would allow that, but like, why not have a proper hammer, right?
mm-hmm.
So yeah, so Karos, let's go. So for your rations, it would be 3 silver for your rations. No, that sounds wrong. Sorry,
Sounds cheaper.
that sounds cheaper. 5, 15. Sorry, 7 silver for the rations, and then. Okay, I'm not gonna bother doing a discount for the pythons. So 5 silver for the pythons, and then flask is 1 silver. So 5 silver for the flasks of oil.
Or it should be 1 gold total for. Oh, you're saying 5 silver for the discount. Okay.
Yes, yeah. The pittons are so small that they don't.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, and then the manacles were 2 gold,
So 1 gold.
1 gold. All right.
Yeah.
So you got 1, 2 gold, 7 silver.
Nice. You guys came out like bandits with that 29.
Yeah, I imagine we just saved like 20
A
something
lot.
gold total, if not more.
Yeah. I mean, you saved.
I saved 8 on
What,
the climber's kit alone.
Yeah, 8 just right there. Like so. All right, boys. Cool.
Actually, real quick. So while I was looking at the dagger, which I know they don't have like a weapons aisle because I believe Marb specifically asked for that. Which they were
Yes,
like, no.
Got a pitchfork.
It's like, so sorry, we don't actually sell weapons.
No. But like with the daggers and stuff, I'll just look like, because it's in Volpine that I found fucking Hearthguard. I'm just gonna look like, is there anything else that's like oddly really well crafted?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
And then, for the sake of it,
Total of 7.
like you're like desperately looking. You're like making sure no one's around, and you like summon Hearthguard.
No, that's not.
Just kind of comparing the two. But no, there's some nice pieces here, like various degrees. And also all these daggers are more along the line of like farming and ranching implements, where they're not as they're different. They're still counted as daggers, but they're different.
It's a Leatherman knife, basically.
Yeah. So, restocked, resupplied, rations distributed, healers kits distributed as you guys see fit. As you guys are leaving, there are still people that are observing and wishing you guys a smooth journey, good travels along the Mason. One that happens to be devotee of the Pathmaker gives you like a proper Pathmaker's blessing. And you guys are able to, depart from the town. I will say, because of the commotion and because of the gathering, Meeker will have swung by. He steps out of his Silver Spur saloon. He would have gotten the attention of Navori, who's being accompanied with almost like a greenish tinted Earth Genasi, spiky emerald hair. I made him first. His name was Ashton way back when he existed.
I have him in my notes from back then.
Which I just think is hilarious. But yeah, accompanied by
3 years ago.
her essentially her butler Ashton. They bid you of safe travels. Meeker says, with a tip of a hat, it's hidden. Don't worry.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And I don't have to worry then. So are you guys taking the Bray and Loon approach, or what are you guys doing?
Just to get a 6th mount, I think I might.
No, I walk as fast, if not
That's
faster
what it
than
was.
Brace.
Okay, then
I don't expect us running the entire way, since David said no racing.
yeah, that doesn't sound like a great idea.
Since when does anybody listen to me?
Yeah. Then I'll take Chestnut. And I'll
Wait, what?
Ooh.
Chestnut?
There you go.
And then Loon can be surveillance. I don't know. Circling us.
All right. And Dragnar is a walk-in. Sej is... Which one would you like, Sej? Some of them still need names.
The Turborius, I believe, was Marbs, if I recall.
It's Marbs, yeah.
Yes.
So fast.
Who still needs names?
These.
Bray 2 and Bray 4.
Oh, I get a Bray too? What?
Oh. There you go. Bray 2. I get a Bray 2. Bray 2.
Yes, yes.
We'll
should
say.
change it. You should change his name to Braytoo.
Breach.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't see that before you said that, so I'm gonna go with that as its name, as Sej wouldn't even know to name it.
All right, Bray 2.
Yeah, Bray 2.
Officially named Bray 2.
Oh, Adam, on the way out of town, I'm going to give Navari a wink because I remember her flirting with me last night. At least I think she was flirting with me.
Yeah, as you wink and she kind of makes contact with you, she kind of just does that little grin. Yeah. You can give me an insight check if you want. Anyone that sees this can give me an insight check if you want.
Oh, yeah.
If
Ooh, nat 20. Holy crap.
Oh,
I got a 22.
She may have been flirting, and she's remembering flirting while she was drunk. She's like, "Oh yeah, I did do that. Whatever."
you old dog.
we all
you.
make decisions.
Al, you don't even notice. You're just still like, Chestnut, I've missed you.
Chestnut?
How you doing? Chestnut?
Chestnut?
Okay.
It is. Can I go out to Navori and ask her a question actually before we leave?
Before you're leaving, yeah.
I'll on the Bray, I guess. I'll stride up to Navori and be like, "Hey, mind if I ask you a question?"
She's like, wow,
Little
one
lady.
second. And she literally, like, you see Ashton just kind of.
Also, you're really, really high up for her now because you're
Yeah,
on a
oh, that's the
mountain.
thing. Well, you see Ashton is like, I got you, and he picks up Navori, and then like she sits on his shoulder, and now you're like kind of more eye level. It's like, yeah, what's up?
Sorry, I didn't mean for you to. I'm sorry.
No, I get that. It's actually kind of impressive that the Bray is not wobbling. You're a big fella. It's a strong Bray.
Yeah, you. This is the first time if I remember, writing anything. I'm really hoping just to not fall off. Actually,
Ah, you'll be fine. Just squeeze with the hip. Hold on.
I just. Oh yeah, thank you. I just noticed that you are also one that is keenly ordained in some various ways. But I have to ask before I go. I had this weird premonition last night when I was talking with mine. Do you have anything that you? Well, first things first. Before we leave, is it okay if I send to you every once in a while for questions about, I don't know, saintly things? Nothing crazy.
And I don't know how much help I'll be, but yeah, always willing to try to be helpful. But I have a feeling that you're cut from cloth while I'm, cut from bark from a tree. Kind of different, but here to help.
Nature of things is all the same, and we're all living beings. So we don't have to be exactly cut from the same cloth to be able to use the same tools or mindsets, ideas.
And we're all living until we're put underground. But I get what you're saying. Turn to fertilizer. Yeah, anyways, vicious cycle. I'm here to help. Send me as you wish. Just try not to do it in the weird hours. I don't like waking up when someone is like.
Do you happen to scry at all? Do you know how to do that?
Certainly. Why?
I've been trying to contact somebody in my weird premonition last night.
Is it urgent?
Yes, I spoke with her last night in tavern, and I was
Man,
trying to ascertain the status of my brother, and something weird happened. I just couldn't. There's no other explanation than that, and I have not come across anything that I could use to even scry. I'm versed in the teachings, but it requires more than the teachings, as you would know.
well,
Wondered if you had that.
I mean, and she kind of looks to, like, on Ashton's shoulder, kind of looks to the rest of you. I mean, you could always go use my my pond in back home in my patch. It's a reflecting pool. I use it to gaze upon the world.
Well, I shouldn't be needing it now because we're off on other things, obviously.
Oh, geez, you
But,
made me super urgent. Okay. But yeah, if you ever swing on by, just knock.
I'm sure we'll be back.
All right. Yeah.
Preemptive thank you. And I'll like as bow as I could on top of a horse, which isn't much at all.
And as you bow, she as you're bowing, you just feel this thud on the top, like on your head. She's like, "Don't do that. You don't." No
Fair
bowing.
enough.
There you
And
go.
I'm just gonna ride off because I don't know how to respond.
Awkward right off.
Yeah. It's like
So-
the Hulk in in that movie just walking down the highway.
Yeah. So, Donnie, if you want to add to your notes, sorry, Sej, if you want to add to your notes, Navori has a reflecting pool back at the mayoral patch. Patch.
She lives in a pocket. She lives in one of Marb's pockets.
Yeah, she's pouch sized. That she uses to scry. Very well. So with that, the menagerie departs. We'll say not quite late afternoon, but mid-afternoon, down the Mason Fair byway, heading east, knowing that, well, some of you know that there is a Pathmaker's rest.
Couple
Few
hours.
hours, like 2 or 3 hours down. But the road is open to you.
Yeah.
And
So, real quick, with that in mind, as we're leaving and like Davis being kind of on the high of finally getting the attention and recognition that he wanted, he will just kind of look around, remember like this is basically where it all started, and with his new friends, and he's just so emotional at this moment. He like look around at them and be like, guys, thank you so much, and I love you guys. Y'all, this is not where I pictured myself, even a couple months ago, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And just thank you guys so much.
This place is special. This journey's fun. This journey's fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you mind if we stop here for just 2-3 minutes? I'll play a song or rest real quick.
Sure.
We don't have to do the rest. I need to play the song. I gotta do it here. This place is special. And he'll hop off the bray and by the stones he'll play a familiar tune. It's slow arpeggios. It's really calming, meditative. Yeah, play it twice through. Smile, hop back
Oh,
on
look.
Chestnut.
While he's playing, I'm gonna look to Davis after he said something, be like, I thought fate was playing a cruel joke on me when I happened to be in Greenhill for those weird events, but honestly, it's been the best moments traveling so far at the same time, so fate has its weird way.
It does. It does.
Okay, are we done hugging this out so we can get going?
I literally go and hug Dregnar.
Ah, get off me!
Ragnar,
Are we hugging
we
now?
literally almost had you die just recently, okay? Jesus Christ.
I was gonna run over and join the hug.
Yes.
I half-heartedly fight
Yeah.
it off.
Yeah. You're like, oh,
Rock.
This is like Circle of Bray group hugging, picking up Ragnar because he's on the ground, just right outside of.
Get in here.
Okay, let's go.
And as you guys depart, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break just to kind of have a break schedule going, normal break schedule. So let's be back at, let's see, it's 20, so be back at 25:30 at the latest, past the hour.